NEC welcomed the report of the National Working Committee presented to the NEC by the Secretary General, dealing with the challenges the ANC is facing in Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal, particularly in relation to the electoral loss suffered in the two provinces. The report was thorough and analytical. Following the report, the NEC had an extensive discussion, which was rich and reflective, focusing on the task of renewal and rebuilding of the ANC in those two provinces, as well as strengthening leadership. It was agreed that unity of the ANC should be our overriding objective. And to achieve this, we must ensure that the leaders of the ANC at all levels work together, renewing and building organization together. The NEC agreed that the state of organization in all our provinces requires urgent action following the loss of elections. However, the loss the ANC suffered in the two key provinces required immediate action, as the two provinces were not only the most populous but economic hubs of the country. There were extensive debates on the action that needs to be taken to strengthen the ANC in the two provinces. The NEC agreed that not taking an action was not an option. There were extensive discussions on the issue of the dissolution of the PECs or how best they can be strengthened. The NEC agreed that the overriding objective is how the ANC can be strengthened and rebuilt in the two provinces. And strengthening the ANC, the NEC agreed that whatever action that will be taken should be based on key principles: fostering the unity of the organization, focusing on rebuilding the structures of the organization, ensuring that the renewal process continues, focusing on political education as well as the foundational course, ensuring that the leaders work together. NEC members assist with the rebuilding of our branches in all provinces, utilizing the capabilities of past leaders both nationally and provincially in the rebuilding process. Reconfiguring the leadership in both provinces in terms of the framework of our constitution. The national officials must bring a proposal on the reconfiguration of leadership of KZN and Gauteng to the NWC within a week period. Whatever action is taken should not interfere with the work of government in the two provinces. On the upcoming Lekgotla, the ANC will hold its national Lekgotla from January 26 to 28, 2025, focusing on the medium-term development plan, MTDP, of the 7th administration. This forum will review the progress of the 2024 manifesto and strategize on implementing the January 8th tasks outlined by the President of South Africa and the President of the African National Congress. The resolutions from this NEC meeting reaffirm the ANC's dedication to renewal, organizational unity, and the pursuit of its transformative agenda. We presented two options. At the end, we came up with this particular outcome of reconfiguration, guided by the set principles. Within a week, meaning from today up until Sunday, we will meet the officials, give details of reconfiguration, and then thereafter we'll go to the NWC, which will be on Monday, this coming Monday, and thereafter we will deploy NEC members to all the regions in the two provinces to explain and to present a decision on reconfiguration, how the provinces are reconfigured. Now, I wish to say to everybody, including ANC members, they must wait for reconfiguration to be finalized as agreed by the NEC, and then we'll present to the structures of the organization next week. During the week, from Tuesday upwards, we will be on the ground. We'll start first with the PECs and all of that. I will write to them today to inform them also about this decision. As to whether rallies must stop and all of that, we have not applied our mind to that. But a decision now has been taken. So it could be advisable that rallies must wait a bit up until reconfiguration is finalized. But that decision is not yet taken. So it would be advisable that in this week, that everything must come to a standstill up until everything else is done. The reason why we chose a week is because we don't want to delay the functioning and the running of the organization in the two provinces. So the matter is closed. It's closed. It's done. In terms of our discussions of the NEC, the NWC is not going to reopen a discussion, it's going to process the implementation and the officials of this decision of the NEC. And then immediately after that, we'll descend to the structures and brief them. And today, as it is Monday, I will brief the structures across the two provinces through a communique about what is the decision and what is their status, and that will come back to them and brief them in terms of this decision. Configuration in relation to government, we are very clear that government will not be tampered with. It will remain the way it is. That is the directive of the National Executive Committee. So we will not tamper with government. We are going to tamper with the ANC leadership. That's what reconfiguration means. Within the framework of the ANC constitution, we have decided not to suspend the constitution, but to use it to build the organization. That's what it's all about. Samkele, this has not been an easy decision, and whoever briefed you, it is not division, it was a difference of opinion. As to who was against who is not correct. It was just a difference of opinion. Yes, we did caution that this discussion, among others, was gravitating to interests and polarized, among others, by the mobilization along the lines of 2027. And the National Executive Committee have said, no, that must stop. And that the mobilization on this particular matter, which is about strengthening and building organization, it was polarized by the fact that others were mobilizing along the lines of what must happen in 2027 in the organization. You will know that we have a position of the organization, that 2027 will be discussed at the right time. There will be a perspective that will be developed, and that any other thing at the present moment, people can discuss informally and so on. It's not an organizational process. It's mischief. It's a divisive tendency in the organization. And we have been mandated by the NEC that we must act on that. We are acting on many things in terms of the discipline in the organization. As I've briefed you last week in Cape Town, we have already acted on a number of disciplinary cases. You will be briefed as and when they are processed. But we're acting. Everybody who is against the ANC Rule 25 violation will be enforced. And that's what is happening as I'm speaking to you right now. Other people have got their own charges in terms of disciplinary processes, and there will be no retreat on that. Discipline is going to be implemented. It's part and parcel of renewal. You violate the rules of the ANC, it's discipline. We will act upon you.